Look at this.
Questions, but we've heard, and many of you have reported already, this Hate America rally that they have coming up for October 18th. The Antifa crowd and the pro-Hamas crowd and the Marxists, they're all going to gather on the mall. We got some House Democrats
we're going to gather everywhere.
selling T-shirts for this event. It is an outrageous gathering for outrageous purposes, but the Democrats in the Senate have shown that they're afraid of that crowd, that they don't want to bow.
Oh, no, you're afraid.
They want to bow to them, bow the knee
Michael.
to them, and they don't want to take incoming from them.
We have some major news right now. The Trump administration is becoming very nervous about the upcoming No Kings Day 2.0 protest this weekend because estimates suggest that up to 10+ million people could be marching across the globe now in over 2,000 events. This protest is only growing with each passing day. Millions of people are gearing up to take to the streets to march and make their voices heard. And now the administration is growing nervous. That's why you see Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, go on air today and try to say that Antifa is somewhat responsible for this protest, even though there is no connection with Antifa, a decentralized group, in any of these protests. And in fact, more and more administration officials, more and more people linked to the Trump administration are getting publicly anxious about the fact that you might have a record-breaking protest in the United States of America. Spread the word. I'll be there covering it live for you. So subscribe to my Substack at the link in my bio to support my work. Follow along to stay up to date on all the news that you need to know about.
Baby, would you take a look at this map? I pulled this map off of the No Kings website. As many of you know, Saturday, October the 18th, there will be the No Kings protests all over the U.S. I assume maybe some outside of the U.S. as well. And from what I'm hearing, the Republicans are not feeling too good about this. They have some major concerns. And when I looked at this map, I said, well, dang, I would have some concerns too, because this will be millions of people that are protesting against him. And yeah, I'm still saying that he didn't win. I don't care what no one says. But to have this many events going on, I'm sure it's going to be a record amount of people that are out there that are going to be protesting. I can't wait to see it.
This whole No Kings Day speech from Speaker Mike Johnson really got people, fired up online. Like, it's wild how fast the internet lit up after he started talking about No Kings Day being some hate American thing. Folks are calling him out left and right, saying he's in panic mode because people are finally coming together across political lines and they are not buying his fear tactics anymore. So here's what went down, right? The whole Mike Johnson went on his, this long rant, basically trying to paint the No King protest as, un-American, even tied to, some kind of stuff. And like, seriously, all because regular people are fed up and starting to unite. He called it a hate America rally, said it's full of radicals and extremists. But if you actually look at who is showing up, is teachers, nurses, veterans, parents, even church folks. These are everyday Americans who just had enough of the crazy politics and policies and the unstopped division. Hey guys, welcome back again to the YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking. When you saw this video, so I'm going to let the rest of the video roll, then I'll come back with the commentary. Please do let me know what you all think in the comment section about his speech and what Americans are saying. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up as well so that more people can see it. And credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch.
In case you are not aware, there is another No Kings protest across the country planned for this upcoming Saturday, October 18th. And if you plan to be in attendance, there are a couple things you should know. Number one, the Trump administration is circulating this idea that the No Kings protest is going to be a hotbed of Antifa activity. Antifa, if you don't know, stands for anti-fascist, and the Trump administration has designated them a terrorist organization. There's only one problem with that, though. Antifa is not a group, it's not a club, it has no members or membership, it's an ideology. You know what is a group, though? The KKK, the Klan, the Proud Boys, Turning Point USA, the Groypers, they're a group. But anyway, I digress. The fact that the Trump administration is going out of their way to designate Antifa as a terrorist organization, despite not being an organization at all, should tell you that they're using it as an umbrella term to harass and detain anyone they don't agree with. And the fact that the administration, like I said before, is trying to circulate this idea that the protest is going to be a hotbed for Antifa activity should let you know exactly the kind of timing they're on. So if you're going to attend, here's some things you should probably do. Number one, do not bring your phone or any electronic device that can be tracked. No iPhone, no Fitbit, no Samsung, no Android, no Pixel, no Apple Watch, nothing. You're finna be out there like it's 1995. Don't bring nothing with you. If you absolutely must have it on your person. You are going to go on Amazon.com and buy what is known as a Faraday pouch. This is going to be a bag that you can carry with you, small bag, that will block any incoming and outgoing signals from any devices placed inside of it. Makes it that much harder to track. Second thing you're going to do, right? If you're going to be out there, do not be out there plain face. I know we all have disdain for these YNs, but they had the right idea with these shiesties. You're going to get a shiesty and mask the fuck up. You feel what I'm saying to you? The name of the game here, right, is to restrict all the different ways you can be tracked simply by being present. Because trust me when I say they will be tracking you. I also saw a video from Corn Pop about 2 hours ago talking about how they're going to be at this protest across the country doing retinal scans from afar. So go ahead, throw some glasses in there also. Again, the name of the game is to restrict all the different ways you can be identified from afar simply by being present at a protest you have every right to be at. Don't give these people any ammunition to hem you up. And last but not least, if you're going to go to this protest, keep your head on a fucking swivel, all right? There's going to be agitators. This ICE is going to be present. I guarantee it. Do not tangle with these folks. Dip out at the first sign of trouble. I'm trying to tell you, because they're trying to use any and every incident that might pop off at any one of these protests across the country as justification to unleash the hounds, all right? So don't give them any reasons. Don't bring your phone. If you have to, bring a Faraday pouch, mask up, put the glasses on, and be safe, all right?
The fact that folks, from all sides are beginning to agree on something. You got conservative, independent, progressive, all realizing that these politicians been playing games with their lives. And now they are coming together saying no more kings, meaning no more leaders who think they are above everyone else. No more political elites treating the country like it's their personal empire. People online are saying Mike Johnson sounded desperate, like he knows the tides turning and he's losing control of the narrative. One comment said, when the people start uniting, the powerful start panicking. And honestly, that's exactly what this feels like. Johnson's whole speech was more about fear than leadership. Instead of listening to why people are angry, he tried to silence them by throwing labels around. And here's the thing, Americans are tired of that old trick. Every time the people speak up, politicians try to call them names, radicals, extremists, but this time is not working because folks are seeing through it. They know these policies, the shutdown, the inflation, the attacks on basic freedoms are hurting everyone, not just one-sided.
The news cycle over the last week has been even worse than before. It just seems to be escalating. And I truly believe it's partly because they're seeing how many marches are being organized all around the country and around the world on October 18th. They are lashing out in fear because they see all the opposition from people. The fact that they cannot gaslight the world into believing that Portland is a war zone on fire because there are now dancing frogs, dancing unicorns, dancing eagles outside the ICE facility. And even the Oregon National Guard is there to protect the peaceful protesters and not the ICE agents. Says a lot. They are lashing out because they're not getting what they want. They are terrified because there are more of us than there are of them. And more people are waking up and saying that they are against this regime. So this week, try to find something that brings you calm, recharges your energy, because we need all of our voices together on October 18th, No King's Day.
I have a problem with them calling a protest that hasn't even happened yet violent and hate-filled. And you should too. And if you don't have a problem with that, we fundamentally have different understandings of what being an American is, or what living in the United States actually is. I know it takes a cult mentality and a weak, persuadable mind to be able to do this to somebody, but imagine what it would feel like if the government were to successfully convince you that a certain group of people in this country, because of their political affiliation, was a domestic terrorist, operating under the umbrella of a domestic terrorist organization. Would you continue wanting to call them, text them, invite them over for the holidays, especially if you were afraid that the government was going to come after you because you were affiliated with a domestic terrorist? Especially with people that live and function under a fear-based system, which is basically the entire MAGA Republican Party. They're going to fear the repercussions of what would happen to them if somebody were to find out that they were still friends or associates or family with a domestic terrorist. They might even be feeling a calling or a sense of urgency at this point to want to turn you in. Maybe send an anonymous letter to the FBI that you're posting stuff that's anti-Trump and anti-American and anti-capitalist and anti-Christian. And that's honestly giving them maybe too much credit, Maybe it's not fear. Maybe it's an overinflated sense of misplaced justice and vindication that they feel on behalf of the regime in charge. Donald Trump points his finger at the camera and says, every Democrat is an enemy within. They are going to believe it. The right has completely different ideas of what makes a good leader and a bad leader, but in my opinion, no good leader has ever existed that has torn families apart, ideologically or physically. He is tearing not just immigrant families apart, but he's tearing apart families that have been here for generations, families of mixed political opinion. This is something that I don't think any good leader would facilitate. The divide in this country is deep, and I don't know if it's ever going to heal because the veil has been lifted. Where is there to go back to? And I'm supposed to believe that when a Democrat president takes over and rights the wrongs of the Trump administration, that everything's going to go back to normal? Don't sit there and tell me that I shouldn't feel the way that I feel about MAGA and the Trump administration when all they've done is call me a domestic terrorist this entire time.
Breaking news as Republicans are totally terrified of this weekend's No Kings protest, and rightfully so, as it is expected to be perhaps the largest protest in this nation's history. Organizers are saying they're expecting over 10 million people to show up to different protests on No Kings Day throughout the country. Guys, this would be huge. We can do it, and we can make it even larger. So if you're able to, this Saturday, October 18th, go out to a No Kings protest and make your voices heard. Use your right to protest peacefully. Keep it peaceful. We don't want to give Trump and his administration any excuse to take any aggressive action. And we can enact change by this. I know it may sound far-fetched, but in history, it's proven to have effects and do so. Let Trump know that the people want to keep his powers in check and that we want him out of our streets with the military, and we need him to focus on his job of helping Americans. Stop helping foreign governments. Help people here at home. He has not done that. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you'll be out there for our No Kings Day event on Saturday. Comment, like, share, spread the word, and I'll see you back here for the 411.
The internet is full of videos and reaction, people saying this speech is a wake-up call, not for the public, but for the politicians. You got clips of people marching with signs saying, we the people means all of us. You got posts saying, if telling the truth makes me radical, then I guess I'm radical. It's like people are reclaiming their voice again. And let's be honest, this is what real democracy looks like. It's messy, it's loud, it's uncomfortable, but that's what scares politicians like Johnson. They want everyone quiet, right? Everything quiet, controlled, predictable. But when people start realizing they have power, when they stop fighting each other and start focusing on who is actually pulling the strings, that's when things get interesting. You can feel the energy shifting. People are no longer falling for the divide and conquer stuff. They are not panicking red or blue sides anymore. They are picking community. They are picking unity. And the folks in power can't stand it. Even the name, No Kings, said it all. Is a message that nobody, not a president, not a speaker, not a billionaire, is above the people. That's literally what America was founded on. But now you get leaders acting like modern day kings, passing laws that only help the rich, cutting off benefits, shutting down the government, and then blaming people who protest. So yeah, Mike Johnson's speech backfired hard. Instead of scaring people, he just made more folks pay attention. He reminded everyone exactly why they are protesting in the first place. You can call it hate America all you want, but what these people are doing is the most American thing there is. Standing up for their rights, standing together, and refusing to be ruled like peasants. At the end of the day, this whole No Kings movement is about people waking up, and the louder the people get, the more previous the politicians become, right? And the more nervous they become. So if you notice them panicking on TV or making dramatic speeches, just know it's not because they are strong, it's because they are scared. Because once the people realize their true power, it's game over for the kings. A lot of people online are even saying that this looks like the start of something new, not some violent uprising or anything crazy, but a mental shift. People finally realizing they don't have to wait for permission to care about their country or demand better. One TikTok that went viral had a woman saying, "We are not left or right anymore. We are just tired." And that right there says everything. People are tired. They are tired of being used as pawns. They are tired of being divided by race, religion, or party. They are tired of struggling while the same politicians keep getting richer and richer, struggling while the same politicians are, enriching themselves. And that's why this No Kings movement is going so fast, because it's not about party loyalty anymore. It's about human dignity. And here is, exactly what they actually wanted. And here, if Johnson said about, No King's Day, being not so good were true, then why are their protests so peaceful? Why are people bringing food and water, during protests like this? But the people in power hate that, because unity kills control. The second everyone realizes they have been fighting the wrong enemy, that the real problem isn't their neighbor, but the system keeping them both struggling, the whole game changes. And that's what's happening right now. Well, guys, let's have your own take in the comment section. Share what you think in the comment section, so that we can all read together. And please do not forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it, And stay safe out there. They said it is a peaceful protest. If you're going out, be peaceful and stay blessed. See you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.